Hey guys, and welcome back to my 2016 Volvo XC90. For the past month, I've been without this car, and in that time, I've been driving my girlfriend's 2012 Audi A4 Avant, or station wagon in English, not in Audi language. So I've been driving her car for the past month. It's a 2012 pre-facelift Audi A4 B8 with a 2-liter diesel engine and a manual transmission. It's interesting getting back into this, my 2016 Volvo XC90 D4 inscription, for a few reasons, because this is a very different car than a compact mid-size luxury sedan or station wagon. This is a full-size brand new platform, brand new vehicle, sport utility vehicle, luxury sport utility vehicle. So it's interesting getting back into this car, my 2016 Volvo XC90, because a few things become very apparent. For example, having keyless entry and keyless go again is just wonderful. I remember the first weeks driving my girlfriend's A4, having to get the key out of your pocket, pressing a button, putting it into the ignition, starting it manually. It's just, it sounds stupid, but it's actually a lot of work. So just having the key in your pocket, touching the door handle, turning a knob here in the center console to start the car is super easy. Another thing that I noticed immediately was the digital gauge cluster here in the XC90, which is just super crisp, high resolution. I mean, this screen is one of the best in the business. It's just super high definition, super crisp, super clean, super vibrant. Another thing that I immediately took notice of was the steering response in the XC90. And this is just, I think this is a little weird because the Audi A4 is a premium luxury sports sedan or station wagon, which should have great steering response. But getting back into the XC90, there's nothing wrong with the steering in the A4. It's perfectly fine, it does its job. It's just a little numb, especially coming back into the XC90. The first thing, the first few hundred feet or yards, the first thing you're going to notice is the steering response and just how lively and responsive and precise the steering in the XC90 is. And another thing that I also immediately took notice of was the throttle response and transmission response, because I've said this before, but it's much more apparent getting back into this car after driving another car, and that is the throttle response and the calibration. The job the Volvo engineers have done with this car is just superbly amazing. Especially, this is a 2-ton, 5-meter long, large SUV, and it just impresses me every time I get back into this car. The throttle and transmission response is just superb. The 360 camera, and I've said this before, if you go parking sensors, front and rear, and 360 camera, when you drive a car that doesn't have that, it doesn't matter if it's a small city car, you will feel like you don't know how to park and drive anymore. Because getting back into this car and having that super high definition bird's eye view, 360 camera, the drone view, which I call it, is just superbly amazing. I mean, it's one of the best inventions in recent car history, and it's something I'll never be able to live without when picking up a new car. Another thing is the vast size of this cabin, and that you sit so high up and it's so airy. And also that the dashboard and the doors are actually, you know, angled away from you, giving you the sensation of more space. Well, in the A4, the B8 generation, the 2012 model, you're like more cocooned inside, and this is just gives you just much more space. And another thing is the sheer size of this car. As I said, this is 5 meters long, it's 2 meters wide, and it's 1.8 meters tall. It is a huge and large car, and getting from an A4 and into this, you'll notice it because the A4 is compact, it's small, it fits into small parking spots, it's easier to maneuver in the city. Not that this is a hard car, it's very easy because the steering is so light and precise, but you'll notice it right away is the sheer size and how huge this car is. My last point, and the things I immediately took notice of when I got reunited with my XC90 after a month away from it, was a thing that I've talked about a lot in my videos, and that is the Bowers & Wilkins premium sound system. And just let me press play. And I know that the camera won't be able to pick this up, but guys, just because listening to this stereo after being away from it almost or more than a month is just super amazing. It gives you shivers down your back. It's such a high quality, good sounding, clear sounding, powerful sound system, and it's one of the things you'll most definitely notice if you come from a lesser car, is the super sound system of this car is just super amazing. That was my short list, a little rant on the things that I immediately took notice of when getting back into my XC90 after being away from it for more than a month. And I just find it interesting that you can, you know, just relive some of the joy you had, some of the experiences you had in the beginning when you first picked up your new car or first time you test drove it, and those things. So if you guys are able to it, I would just recommend like getting away from your car for a day, a week, a month, whatever time you're able to do it, and just get back into it, because some of things will amaze you again, and you'll just get more joy out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, liked this video. If you did, please click that like button, that thumbs up down below, and for more car content, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.